Hello beautiful souls, I'm Alyonna Angelica, bringing you messages from light. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to calculate your yearly life path number, and I'm going to explain to you what that number means for you this year. I will also be using my tarot and oracle cards to get some additional channel messages to see what you may be affected by this year according to your life path number. Okay, now before we jump into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors, Keen. For those of you who don't know what Keen is a platform that provides an affordable way to receive guidance from professional psychics and spiritual advisors 24/7. I really like promoting Keen because Keen is a service that I use personally as well, and I truly believe in their service. I like the fact that you can get to talk to an advisor any time of the day because there is always someone available to talk to you, and I think that is really important because a lot of times we need answers right there and then in that moment. If you need clarity or you feel uneasy and you just have some problems that you need answers to right away, you can't wait for weeks to talk to a psychic. And most readers, you have to wait. There's a wait list, right? You gotta wait at least a week or two before you can see someone, or you need to actually go out of your way to book in and go see someone outside. So having someone that you can just talk to on the phone or text on the phone is really helpful to get the guidance right there in that very moment. Another thing that I like about Keen is that they have the option to chat. A lot of times, a lot of us do not have the option to call. Maybe we are surrounded by other people, and so it's not possible for us to call and talk about our problems. So having the option to text and just chat with someone, with an advisor, with a professional psychic is really helpful. It feels like you're chatting with a friend and getting professional advice. Now Keen is offering all my followers a special discount. When you book through my link trykeen.com/Alyonna, you will receive your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Remember that you have to book using my link in order to get this discount. I will place my link in the description and in the comments section down below. Now after the first 10 minutes, the pricing will then depend on the advisor that you choose. And know that this service is also backed by a satisfaction guarantee. So click on my link trykeen.com/Alyonna to try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Now when you click on this link, you will be taken to their website to sign up. There you will be asked a couple of questions. This is in order to match you with the psychic and advisors that will suit what you need best. Okay, so again, I just want to say thank you to my sponsor Keen. Now let's dive into your life path numbers. So we are on the frequency of number 6 this year. Okay, so last year 2021, it was 2 + 2 + 1, so it totaled to a number 5 year. The number 5 year is a number of initiations and change, and it's quite difficult. It was a difficult year. Okay, so number 6 is a year of blessings and abundance and magic, and because there is a lot of 2s here, it is the change in structures for the better. Okay, so there could be the collapsing of certain structures within government bodies, within big corporations, within the healthcare system. Coming into a number 6 year, it is a lot to do with holistic healthcare, holistic ways of living. So whatever that happens here, whether it's a break of a certain structure or, coming together to create a new structure, it will bring incredible blessings and abundance into our lives. Okay, so now how do we calculate your personal life path number? So for this, what we need is your date of birth. So we need the date plus your month of birth. Okay, and you're going to add the number for this year, which is 6. So we don't use your actual year of birth, okay, because we are not calculating your full life path number. We are calculating the yearly path number. So for the yearly path number, we have to add the number that you are on this year. So this year is a number 6 year. Okay, so if you were doing this for last year, you would add your date of birth, the month of birth, plus 5. Okay, if you're doing this for next year, you will plus 7. Okay, so this year is 6. So your date of birth, month of birth, plus 6. Okay, so let's just say you are born on the 1st of January. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take your date of birth. So the first is number 1 plus January, the month number 1, plus this year, which is 6. So that totals to 6 plus 1, we get 8. So this year you are on life part 8. Okay, now let's say you are born on the 22nd of October. So what you're going to do is your date. So we have 2 plus 2, which is the 22nd. And then you're going to add the month, which is 10. So 1 plus 0. And then you're going to add this year here, 6. So this totals to 11. Okay, so 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2, you get 11. So 11 is the master number. Okay, but what we are doing is we are doing the calculation, this prediction based on a 9-year cycle. So it goes 1 to 9 and then it goes back to 1 again. Okay, if you're doing your full general life path, yes, you can count 11, 12, master numbers, 22 and things like that. But with the yearly cycle, it only goes up to 9. So if you get a double digit number, then what you're going to do is you're going to add these numbers together. So 1 plus 1, you get 2. So this year you are in life part 2. Okay, so whatever number that you get, say you total up your dates and you get it as 23. Okay, so what you're going to do is 2 plus 3. So your life part would be 5. Okay, so any double digit number, you got to add it on until you get a single digit number. Okay, now let's look at the energy for each of this life path number. Life part 1. This year, you are going to be presented with many opportunities for you to step up into your most powerful self. You will see that anything that is holding you back is going to be removed from your life, but know that whatever that is removed from your life will be returned to you in a new form or in a better form. Okay, it's a time for you to stand alone. It's a time for you to be seen. It's a time for you to truly shine. Okay, and being one in the number 6 year, as I said, is a year of blessings. So you will receive many blessings for you to step up, for you to become independent, for you to grow into, like I said, your most powerful self. Okay, now let's ask the cards and see what you may experience this year. Okay, so we have love. You're going to have plenty of loving experiences. You're going to have plenty of new experiences. For some of you, you're going to be connecting to other realms as well. So you will feel love coming in from all the different realms. Okay, I see a lot of focus on your stability, on your home. I see you focusing a lot on your home. I see you bringing in new experiences of love. If you have always experienced love in a certain way, you're going to experience it in a very different way. Perhaps now you're tapping into the angelic love, the fairy love. Everyone comes in, the way they share their love with you is different. So this year you're going to experience love in a very different way. Okay, life part 2. This year is an incredibly blessed year for you. This is your soulmate year. Okay, this is the year where you find your soulmates, your soul tribe. Everyone comes in to support you. What you experienced last year was this need for you to step up and be independent, to find your power. And you did that beautifully last year. Okay, so while it looked like you have been carrying the weight of the world alone, okay, this year you will have others coming in to support you, to carry the weight with you. You will have a lot of support. There will always be someone there supporting you, because it's a number 2 year for you. We have got the 2 pillars. Okay, so you will not be holding and trying to balance and juggle life by yourself. There will always be someone that will come in to support you. If last year you felt like you were in isolation, right, you were separated from everyone, you didn't have support from people, this year is going to be so different for you. Okay, you're going to have a lot of people coming in to support you, to be with you. Okay, there will be a lot of collaborations as well, partnerships. Okay, this year you will learn how to work with others, how to grow together with others. So it's like this year is you integrating back into society. Okay, now let's see what the cards say for you. Can we get a message for those in life part 2? What would the focus be on? So here we have protection. Okay, so you are going to be incredibly protected. If, like I said, if you felt alone last year, this year you will know that you are not alone. Okay, everyone's going to come in to support you. A lot of you will meet the love of your life if you haven't already. If you have, then your partnership, your relationship will move on to a new level. Okay, because being 2 in a number 6 year is positive blessings. Okay, so now let's move on to life part 3. Life part 3, this year you are connected to your higher self. This is the year where you rediscover who you are, because you're going to be in constant communication with your higher self and with yourself in multiple realities and dimensions. It's like there's this I see it as this tunnel that's just linked from your chakras, your crown chakra, going up to all the other dimensions. So you will always be in this space of self-reflection. You'll always be in your mind. There's a lot of things in your mind that's going to be affected. You'll always be sitting there thinking, you know, it's like mind, body, and soul, right? You're going to be sitting there thinking, what am I doing? How can I heal? How can I make myself a better person? You know, you will have all these questions like, what is going on? Okay, you know, what's the universe about? You will try to tap into all these things. Okay, it's like you will also be connecting and downloading a lot of information from your past selves, from your galactic selves, from your angelic self, depending on where you come from. Okay, so you're going to be getting a lot of those messages coming in, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of DNA activations. I see a restructuring of your DNA as well, an awakening of your sleeping DNA as well. So you're going to be experiencing all those things. A lot of you will feel very different this year because you are connected to all your higher self. So you might be feeling like, you know, I don't feel like I fit in this body, I don't feel like I fit in with this face, I don't feel like I fit in with this name. It's because you are connected everywhere. Okay, so this is kind of like an awakening year for you. Now let's ask the cards, in which areas may you have some focus on? Magic. Okay, because you are so connected to all your multiple higher selves, to all your higher guides as well. You are very much connected to the ascended masters. You are connected to the highest teachers in other realms. Okay, because of that, you will be creating magic this year, because you will always be surrounded by this magical energy, and everything that you want, it's like it just goes through your crown up into this, you know, up into the cosmos, and then it just manifests into your reality. So be careful of what you wish for this year, because you will get it. Okay, life part 4, this is the year of you setting a new foundation for yourself. So you could be moving homes, you know, moving to a new career, a workplace. There's a lot of strong connection to earth. Okay, I see you strengthening your foundation because you are preparing yourself for a new purpose to enter your life next year. You are preparing the grounds for the initiation that you're going to experience next year. Okay, and the shakeups that I see, the moves that I see, it will not come in through, you know, like if you were to have life part 4 in a number 5 year, the shakeups are very aggressive. Okay, because 5 is an aggressive energy. But being in a number 6 year, the energy is more subtle, it's more joyful, it's more abundant. I feel when I see 6, I think prosperity. Okay, so perhaps a lot of you may be investing in property, expanding your career. There's an expansion to do with your basic foundation to live. Okay, and whatever that you're doing here, you're just creating a foundation, because next year is your life initiation year. Okay, so life initiation is moving from one state of your life to another. It's like growing up, okay, and it's not a spiritual awakening, it's a life awakening. Okay, so you are preparing for that next year. Now let's look at your cards to see what may be the focus for you. Transmutation. So here you are creating the foundation so you can rise like the phoenix again. So whatever happened to you last year, you probably lost your foundation, or perhaps you rediscovered who you really are, and now you have a clear foundation this year for you to rise. Okay, you will burn the ground and you will rise like the phoenix. Okay, so, and I see Mother Earth helping you. The earth will help you rise. Okay, your connection now is to earth and all its inhabitants. Okay, so working with the earth, working with the plants, working with the animals. Okay, also going into inner earth, working with crystals, things like that. I do see all that being part of your energy this year. Now let's move on to Life Part 5. Life Part 5 is your life initiation year. For those of you who don't know what a life initiation is, it's a shift from one state of your life to another. It's like growing up. Okay, for an example, when a child reaches puberty, okay, it's like they've moved from being a child to becoming a young adult, right? They can't go back to becoming a child again. That portal is open. They have moved through. Okay, when you lose a family, you lose a parent, and then you move on to a next path. When you get married or when you get divorced, it's a life change, right? It's a next cycle of your life. That's where you're going to be. So you're going to experience many changes. Okay, that's going to propel you into the part of your destiny. Okay, you're going to be prepared to move into a new path, a path for you to grow up from within. Okay, now being in a number 6 year, so whatever changes that comes into your life this year, it's going to bring you great blessings. Okay, there'll be very blessed magical opportunities coming in, magical changes coming into your life. Okay, so whatever change that comes in, it will eventually bring you great joy. Okay, it'll be more joy than sorrows. That's what I feel for you this year. Okay, you're also going to be pushed towards a path that will enable you to grow and expand your energy. Okay, now let's look at your cards and see what areas you may be focusing on this year for Life Part 5. We have stillness. So stillness, what I feel is you just need to flow this year. So whatever the universe throws at you, where you need to now step up, flow with it. Okay, whatever changes that comes your way, it is needed. Okay, you may not want to change, you may not want to change the way that you do things. The world is changing. Okay, a lot of structures of the world is changing as well. We need to evolve and change with the change of the world. If not, we get left back and we cease to grow. It's like those who don't evolve eventually die. That is how life works. Okay, so you have to move on, just like people who run shops and things like that. Now everything's moving online, so if they don't offer online services, then eventually their business is just going to die off because the world is moving online. So it's this year you will be pushed towards a direction where you will have to embrace new technology. Okay, you have to embrace the new ways of doing things, the new way the world does things. Okay, now let's move on to Life Part 6. Life Part 6, you are 6 in a number 6 year. What can you expect? Blessings, magic. It's like fantasy, living a beautiful fantasy. For some reason, I see the ocean affecting you as well. Okay, that was channeled. It's not just the energy. So I'll go back to the number. It just feels like, a lot of water energy. So I see you floating into a new beautiful place. Now for Life Part 6, okay, you are being prepared for what is to come in Life Part 7, which is your spiritual awakening. So you're going to be given all these tools and all these messages that you can use to grow, so that when the spiritual awakening comes, you will tap into the higher consciousness and awaken beautifully. Because if you don't, then life part 7 brings you the dark night of the soul. Okay, that's because the universe needs to take something away from you in order for you to truly awaken and see what is going on. Because when you're comfortable, you don't do anything, right? We just carry on. Life is fine. We don't have to make changes, right? So 6, there will be change. You may have a new job. You may get a promotion in a job. Your past life talents comes flowing back. Okay, it's going to be the beginning of something that will change your life forever. Something that will bring incredible spiritual growth, incredible inner growth as well. And it's a preparation and tools for your journey next year. Okay, now let's look at what you need to know from the cards. What would you probably focus on, okay, for those in life part 6 this year? So we have happiness, and we had the thing as well. So plenty of happiness, plenty of joy. There's singing and songs. I see you just, enjoying yourself. I see an activation of the throat chakra, an activation of the third eye. It's like I see poetry and music and celebrations, okay? But whatever that you are being given here, it's a preparation for you to face an ego death that will be coming at the end of the year, okay? But throughout that, it's just going to be happiness, okay? It's just happiness. So this year is a beautiful year for you. Okay, now let's move on to life part 7. Life part 7 this year is your spiritual awakening. Okay, now whatever tools that you received last year, okay, you received a lot of tools, and then the tools were taken away from you, and then it was given back to you, and then taken away from you, and you're like, what do I do? Okay, so this year you should know by now, okay, what was taken away, what wasn't working for you last year. It's time to make a change. A lot of you with changing homes, changing career, changing lifestyle. It's a lot to do with making a choice to change something about you, to connect to your higher self, to connect to your guides, to awaken to the next level of your consciousness. Okay, and because you are in the number 6 year, okay, 6, like I said, it's a very light number. Okay, it's easy, it's blessings. Okay, so your difficult time, okay, the time of awakening, it will not be as drastic as others may have experienced in other numbers, in other years. Okay, a lot of people end up going into the dark night of the soul in a life part 7 because they refused to allow change to happen, and so the universe needs to force them. Okay, so every time something happens to you this year, stop, okay, pause, ask yourself, what is the universe telling me? What's happening here? What do I need to know? What is the message? There are messages coming in non-stop. There are signs, synchronicities, all these things happening for you. You must be aware. The key word here is awareness as well. So being aware of everything that is happening around you, so that you will know the direction that you need to move in and how you can become a more conscious human being. Okay, because if you don't do that, then the universe needs to force you. It's like being kicked off a cliff. If you're gonna jump off a cliff, you're going bungee jumping, right? You prepare yourself. You're like, okay, check the harness, right? I check my safety gears, okay, and then you prepare mentally, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna take this leap now. You put your hands in the right position, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna leap, and then you take a deep breath and you leap. So you're prepared for it. You're prepared for the fall, and it's a pleasant experience. It's an adrenaline rush, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. But if you're standing there and thinking, I know I should, but I don't want to. Do I have to? Maybe I can make this work. Maybe I can just stand here and something will work. Maybe I'll get this experience while just standing here and doing nothing. I'm sure it can come in. I can, if you start making excuses, the universe is going to be like, let's just kick this person off the cliff, and it's gonna come and push you off. Okay, and if you get pushed off, now you are unsure. You're like, oh my gosh, is the harness on properly? Oh my god, am I gonna die? Am I gonna fall? It's a feeling of dying. Okay, the dark night of the soul, it's a rebirth. It's a death and rebirth for you. So it's literally a feeling like, I think I'm going to die. Today, what's gonna happen here? What's happening? And then your hands are flying. You may hurt yourself. You may injure yourself. You're mentally unprepared. And then when you finally come up, now you've got to heal from that traumatic experience. So instead of moving into this new consciousness, you first got to heal before you can tap into this new energy. Okay, so if you can truly see, be aware, and make the changes that needs to be made, okay, if you're still trying to stick to your old ways of doing things, then you're going to be kicked off the cliff. Okay, and that is where you go into the dark night of the soul. All right, but looking at your energy for you being in the number 6 year, it shouldn't be that the cliff may not be too, basically the cliff may not be too scary. It may be a shorter one, or the experience may not be too scary, okay, because somehow the energy of the world is quite high. So you will tap into it and you will feel like, okay, I think I can do this. Okay, it's only when the energy of the whole world is quite low, like last year, okay, in 2021, that's where we, a lot of us get affected. Those who were in life part 7 was like, whoa, just, totally affected quite badly. Okay, now let's look at your cards to see what you may experience this year, what may be the focus of your experiences and energy this year. Okay, for life part 7, new beginning. Okay, a new beginning. So there is going to be changes coming in. Okay, huge changes, big changes. You've got to allow this change to happen. Okay, don't resist. You have to move in a new direction. It's so important that you do this. Okay, and when you move in a new direction and it isn't working for you, take the hint. Okay, if you've been waiting for something for so long but it's not come back to you, take the hint. You've got to try something new before the universe forces you into that direction. And sometimes when you're going to be forced into a new direction, you don't get put into that part of your destiny right away. You have to go tap, 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 tap before you get here. So it's a long process and you don't want to go through that. Okay, so embrace the new beginning that is coming to you this year. Okay, put your ego aside. This is the year of your ego death. Okay, so if you're still holding on to ego, trying to hold on to a past lifestyle, a past something that you have always done in the past, but it's not working for you anymore, but you're holding on because of your ego. Either it's like, you're proud of that lifestyle, you think this is it, or you think you have fear. I can't change, I can't see myself doing anything else, so you hold yourself back. That is also your ego talking, right? Jealousy, wanting to have a mask on, so all those things will have to die in a life part 7 year, the ego death. Okay, so allow the new beginning to come in and you have to be your true authentic self. Okay, now let's move on to life part 8. Life part 8, this is the year where you rediscover who you really are. Okay, so last year you went through the ego death, you went through the dark night of the soul, you went through changes. Okay, you went through new beginnings, you learned about about change, and now is where you learn about yourself. Life part 8 energy is like, if I take you and I put you in a new country and I say, I let you get to be whoever that you want here. No one knows you, no one knows your past, no one knows your background. Who do you want to be? What are your likes and your dislikes? There are no influences here. Okay, you get to decide what the trends are. You get to decide what everyone else should like or shouldn't like. So you're not going to follow anyone else. What are you going to do? Okay, are you going to go back to your old way, your old lifestyle, to what you did before, or are you going to find yourself again? So it's a lot about rediscovering yourself. Okay, and like I said, now you move to a new place, you're like, what do I want to be called? What do I like? What's my fashion sense like? What do I enjoy doing? What's my hobbies? What's my passion? Where do I want to have coffee? What coffee do I like? What's my favorite coffee shop? What's my favorite place to shop? So it's all these new things that you're going to rediscover about yourself. You're going to have a lot of your past life talents, and the talents that you received and the wisdom that you receive in life part 6. Okay, so that wisdom, you're gonna utilize it and you're going to create something new for yourself this year. Okay, now let's look at your cards so we can understand a little bit more about 3. All the others had 1, you've got 3. Okay, so if you look at this, we have the change that has happened, And then we have you rising like the phoenix, okay? Because this is you after the dark night being burned to the ground, you know, death and rebirth, and you were stepped on, you lost yourself. In order to find yourself, you must first lose yourself. Okay, so you lost yourself last year, you know, and now you're coming back. You're like, I'm back. Yes. I'm not sure if I can say that on YouTube, but you know. So yeah, that's the energy that I feel is this is your comeback. Okay, so you are and it's your comeback. It's not so much as your comeback and you're like, yeah, you know, watch me or whatever, but you are like doing it for yourself. You're no longer doing things for other people. So you're coming back and you're going to have this huge change where you're going to have this expansion. Okay, you are going to grow, the expansion of your energy. Okay, you are growing. You're going to have fruits on your tree. You're going to have all these people watching you as well. Okay, so this is the year where you rediscover yourself. Okay, you come back into your full power. It's like you were tapped to the ground and now you pick yourself up and you rise again. Okay, this is your rising year. Okay, now let's move on to life part number 9. So life part 9, this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion of this cycle. Okay, this is the where you have the success, the finale, the last chapter, the happy ending. You know, if you were to watch a movie or to read a book, you know, the last chapter is where everything happens. Right, Hercules believes in himself, he gets his power, you know, the guy gets the girl, the superhero, you know, defeats the villain, whatever. Right, that is the year, and this is like a superpower, a superhero year for you. Okay, you are the superhero in this year. So but being in this year and in the number 6 year, so you shouldn't have too many things removed from your life. It truly feels like you would just be receiving all these blessings, all these powers, all this recognition, you know, feeling like you're on top of the world. Okay, there will be endings. Yes, there'll be endings to karmic cycles, but it is cycles that need to end. You know, it is karmic. It's not pleasant things being ripped away from you. Sometimes life part 9 can also be the year where it brings in people that is going to cause, you know, stir up drama, stir trouble, stir issues, so that you can move in a new direction next year, life part 1. Okay, but 6 is a very pleasant year, so I believe that you will have a lot of changes, but the changes will be necessary, and it's the changes that you know is necessary. It's the changes that you want. Okay, these are the things that you want. It's finally coming to you this year. Okay, now let's look at your cards to see what you can expect. Okay, leadership. So we have leadership. Leadership, you will be standing in your power. You will be now taking charge of your life. You're no longer following other people. You are at the last cycle. So you're going to stand up because you've been through that whole cycle. You've been through the whole, you know, from the beginning of the book, and now you are at the end. Okay, so you can guide other people, you can teach other people, you will be there to help a lot of other people as well this year. Okay, we also have family. So your family would be family issues will be the focus this year. You will take charge to protect your family. You will take charge to make changes within your family. You will ding confirmation. Okay, you are going to end a lot of karmic energy within the family. Okay, I also see like ancestral energy. I see you clearing and ending a cycle of karmic energy that's been passed on from your lineage. Okay, that's all I have for you, life part 9. I hope this video helped. I will speak to you in the next video.